Hi, flosstube. This is Chris Ann Mitchell. My flosstube channel is Lucky Cat Stitches, and I have already done this once today. However, I realized that I wasn't recording, so I'm going to talk about the challenges other than having to do this twice, which means I should be well rehearsed. So the challenges that I've overcome this week, some ongoing challenges just in life in general, what I've stitched on, what I bought, which is plenty, what my plans are. So first off, my challenge. I have a Lenovo Flex 3 laptop. I can use it as a laptop. I can flip it over and use it as a tablet. I can use it as an easel from presentations. I'm a real estate agent, and sometimes it's nice just to flip through stuff. And I just bought this like after Christmas, and the webcam didn't work, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. So I shot the first flosstube video on my phone. I'd done it on my iPad. It just wasn't integrating well because then I have to wait for it to transfer from one device to the next. And now I'm trying to do it straight into Movie Maker. So fingers crossed. Hopefully cut down time, which allows me more time to screw up the actual recording. So anyway, I've read so many help chat lines and help sites saying, how do I get my webcam to work? Because all I was getting was the gray no camera icon. It was making all the right noises. It just wasn't working. It was sucking the life out of me. And until I hit one today that said, denote the Lenovo Easy Camera app. It's like, okay, new computer, new operating system. Oh, wait, the manufacturer's own stuff that comes preloaded on the computer is what's interfering with the operating system of the camera. So I did that after I installed like 4 or 5 different drivers, and sometimes technology wins, and sometimes the obvious solution is to just say screw it and get rid of whatever latest and greatest app is, and let the natives do their work. So I deleted the Easy Camera app, and now it's working fine. Hi! I'm so glad to be able to see me. Look at the little picture of me and the red dot, which obviously wasn't there the last time I said all this. Anyway, so that challenge. Now my remaining challenge is work. I'm a realtor, so if I have to stop the video, it's to answer a phone call or set up a showing. So what I've been working on, because I do like to stitch, I like to try and stitch every day. I think about stitching every day. I don't always stitch every day. But I belong to a Facebook group where the goal is for everyone to stitch this Ursula Michaels design for the Ronald McDonald houses around the world. This lady came up with this idea and thought, why not? And Ursula Michaels was kind enough to design a sampler, and I'm lucky enough that I get to do one for my hometown, because what we do is we stitch them and we personalize them, Kansas City established, whatever. Make contact with the Ronald McDonald House or the family room in the town and set up a time, take a picture, like, here it is. Anyway, the volunteer coordinator here in Kansas City was very excited. And I've been talking about this roof. My goal is to get this done. And I can't show you a picture of the completed thing. There's going to be a door and a window and a cat sitting on the front porch. I can't show you the picture because we don't have a picture. All we have is the chart. So anyway, I love this chimney. There it is. I love the chimney. And the hands, to me, look like very capable hands. We'll just leave it at that. So my goal is to get this done before the beginning of July, so I can get it to a framer and get it to the house by the end of July, because I really want to work on something else, and I'll show you those in a minute. So I counted this as one of my Mania starts, and I think I started this on the 15th of May. And anytime that people talk about work and rotation and goals, it just makes my eye twitch. I get enough of the goals and time frames and stuff like that at work. So I stitch on what I want to stitch on. So having this hanging over my head isn't quite like the Sword of Damascus, but it's close. It's close. It takes all the joy out. And during Mania, like I said, I started 16 or 17 counting that. And I thought I would share with you just what I really want to do. These are my Mania starts. I have them on this ring. So every day I would go up and I would pull everything together and stick it in a bag. And at the end of the day, I'd just stick it on the ring. So I have all these glorious starts. I have a little shepherd's bush kit, and this one I really want to work on, the selfie sampler from Wizard Kate. Another one I really want to work on, Boris, or Olga's Tart from Plum Street Samplers. I finished the one in the center here, but I want to do one more. So I'd much rather do these. I've been teased a lot because I do like to start stuff, and if it's not fun, I don't want to stitch it. Go figure. So I've been to a shop quite a number of times, different shops. I went to one I hardly go to in Lawrence, Kansas, which isn't too far away, and I talked about that last video, I think. And then I went back to the shop that's going out of business and bought more. The first one I wanted to show you is the Harvest Keeper by Plum Street Samplers. Look at those. The beehives are so cool. I could do long stitches, or I could find some other tall specialty stitches to fit in those little rows. And I love her skirt, the big sunflower. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be fun. More fun. And keep in mind, I have a 15-year-old girl. When I want to tell her to just deal with it. And then friends are like rocks, close to your heart and always there for support. Again, that would be cute in like the laundry room, right? Or a bathroom. I just like fun things. When I started cross stitch in 19 something or other, a long time ago. And then I got sidetracked on quilting, which is not a bad path to go down. My very first quilt I pieced was very bright. Very, very bright. It had dark blues and purples and red orange and blood orange and bright orange and lime green. It was beautiful. And when I was picking out the binding fabric, which turned out to be this vibrant blood orange. I mean, it was orangey red and it was bright, and the colors just popped with that. The lady, who was a much more traditional quilter, standing behind me in line, was like, oh, that would never go with my decor. And that made me, she goes, I would never pick it. And my gut, which Mom taught me to be a polite girl, was not to turn around. But what I really wanted to say was, I don't pick it. The pattern picks it. The fabric choices I've made pick the binding. And my decor doesn't match. My decor is filled with things I love, and I guess that's the glue that binds it together. I've always wondered how you feel at home in a place that doesn't have meaning. I mean, we can all go out and buy the same picture from Hobby Lobby, and we might even all like it, but if it doesn't have meaning, then I typically don't hang it up on my walls. My living room and what my girl has grown up with is a mixture of my cross stitch. My husband's has a collection of original comic book artwork where he's met many of the artists in person and has stories to tell about them. We have antiques from my grandmother and from my mom, family pieces where I can say, yes, when I was your age, my grandmother had it hanging here, or I remember when Nana bought this. That's my decor. So I would certainly never limit the choices afforded my handwork or my quilts or which my quilts have enough issues without me limiting anything, or my cross stitch by what fits in my decor. That would be like saying, child, you were born to be, an office grunt. We don't aim any higher than office grunt. So anyway, that's my thoughts on decor. And I have never had a matchy decor. That's not who I am. That's not who my husband is. That's not who our kid is. So going back to that, I don't know if I would have this next one. I would certainly have it hanging up in my stitching room. I think this would be really cool. Because I like to travel. And she is the ultimate traveling companion, isn't she? See her carry-ons? They will too fit under the seat. Oh my gosh. I love to laugh. I have traveled with this person. I have been this person. I'm going on a trip this summer. I think I'm going to have to start her. At least get the hair and the face. And then when people ask me what I'm working on, I'll say, it's a self-portrait. I can do that. That makes me like this even more. What do you think? Have you seen me in an airport? Maybe. I could do it on this green. It's chartreuse. I bought this on a stitching from another stitcher on a sale group, and chartreuse. Now it looks like plastic. Let me make one of those signs that we talk about. There, isn't it pretty? It is like the prettiest lime green. She would look good on that. Green is her color. And I could also use a piece of this to do these. Have these on my desk. Mom, can I do blah, blah, blah? No, never ever. Just show them the pillow. It reminds me of, do you remember those signs, the little flip signs that were yellow? And they start off very innocent. And I'm talking back in the early 80s in the cars for road trips. And you'd hold up a sign at a passing driver and it'd say, happy face, kids on board. Or other sign language, showing people fingers. But anyway, just say, look at the pillow. I like that. At Christmas time, and when I do a video at Christmas, I'll show you. We have a pillow that says naughty and nice. On the other side says nice. We had 2 kittens this past Christmas. They're now 2 brats. They're not cats, they're brats. And one of them would be misbehaving, and my husband says, don't make me hit you with the naughty pillow. We have pictures of them sleeping against the naughty pillow and against the nice pillow. That's great. So I could say, don't make me get out the no pillow to the girl. Anyway, so the next part is a flashback. When I first started stitching, again, my husband and I met in 1988, and I had stitched a little bit before that, maybe a year or 2 before that. I had made a waist canvas sweatshirt for my roommate, one for my sister, because I didn't know enough that waist canvas is a horrible way to start, and it's amazing that I ever picked up a needle again. One of the other things I picked up and did first was this Welcome Friends. It was a little kit. It's a plastic frame, a little cardboard mat, and no glass. And I attached it really well. And it's on 14 count Aida. This hung in my kitchen probably for 10 years, 15 years. I grew up with pinks and reds, or not pinks, blues, lots of blues in our house and reds, cranberry reds. So this really appealed to me. And this is truly a classic because I'm going to turn it around. A lot of people say, I wonder, why does the back matter? Well, it's like a time capsule of who you were and how your stitching skills have progressed. And I haven't taken the mounting off of how I've attached it in, and I don't know that I will. I find it humorous the way it is. I used high quality archival cigarette cartons to mount this on. I was not ever a smoker, but I dated somebody that was, and evidently I was desperate for cardboard and didn't have a cereal box. So now you know, in a pinch, find a smoker and some Scotch tape. I'm sure that this will last 2 or 3 lifetimes. This might be my only surviving piece of stitching in 500 years. You'll say, look at this, how she did that. Schoolgirl sampler. Anyway, that just cracks me up. So I have another piece that I started in like 1989, and on the back of the chart pack there is a bet that we wrote in 1998 saying, I will have this done before the end of 1998 or pay Ron $10. Well, I had to pay him. This is a dimensions kit. It's designed by Nancy Rossi. She was a very good designer. It's on like a 25 count linen, and it was a real loose weave, and it had stitching with 3 strands of no-name floss. So there's a couple strikes. I call this the bunny sampler. And I'm going to hold it up and kind of scroll it past the camera, and then I'll tell you my plans. So see, it is everything anyone could ever wish for. The peaches, the browns, there's the bunnies, and it goes on, and there's the rust-colored alphabet, and the border, the bunnies. Aren't they cute? So, every time I look at this, and the masking tape edge, classy. Every time I look at this, I see a couple of things. On this border, that's 3 strands and it's blended. So, and again, it's loosey-goosey linen. There's a lot of backstitch. Oh, and it's all backstitched. This border, up and down and up and down, backstitched. This side is pretty much done. And it has those little brown leafy things, and then all those flowers are backstitched. So every time I pull it out, I think I'm going to finish it. I don't have that much. Or I'm not going to finish it. I hate it. I don't have... Okay, I'm breaking one of my rules. We're talking about decor. It has to give you joy. No joy in these bunnies. No joy in peach. No joy. So, about 2 years ago, I found a solution. And this is from Raise the Roof Designs. And she said that we all have projects we regret starting, that seemed like a good idea at the time. But then reality sets in. 100 colors of floss? What is all this blending? I hate backstitch. And right now that I look at it, it's kind of ugly. So one afternoon, I was stitching with a friend, and she took out her unfinished objects, and then she got to this dragon, and she'd stitched part of, and she's like, I am never, ever going to finish it back to that pillow. Never, ever. I'm going to cut it apart. I'm going to throw it away. And then she salvaged some of the linen. There's no linen on my piece to salvage. So she did this. She made a pincushion out of her little piece of dragon. She says the goal is to make it as ugly as possible. I don't think my bunnies need much help. And you put this little button on there. UFO. And then, once it's a pincushion, she has one more little accessory for you. Put that little pin in the pincushion. So, now I've lost the button. Put the little I should have planned this better. Put the little UFO button in the pin, and there's a solution for the bunnies. I keep saying I'm going to do this. I can't decide what part I would use. I think since I call it the bunnies, he's on the chopping block. Actually, the way I'm holding it up right now wouldn't be bad. Okay, I might have found my Sunday project. So, I already showed you my finish, or I'm going to swap it in here, talk about my finish. And the last thing that is also unfinished, the stitching's finished, and it's kind of pretty because it's non-traditional colors. It is, maybe I've shown it to you. I don't think I have. It's a shepherd's bush piece called the Old Glory. And it's just shaped like a flag. And it has the cranberries and the blues, the blue-grays. And it was a little kit. And it was so much fun. And it's so, the texture is so nice with their stuff. Anyway, maybe you'll see him again. Oh, I did have two other purchases. Amazon had, you got credits for ebooks that you had bought because of an Apple settlement. And I opened up my credits, my Amazon account, and found out I had 131 bucks. Oh my gosh. I never buy supplies there, but sometimes I buy tools. And I found these little scissors. I looked up embroidery scissors and found these butterfly scissors. I thought that would look so cool. Maybe a Just Nan sewing roll, or a little butterfly scissor fob. They're pretty blues and pinks and purples. And then when they came, turns out they're manicure scissors. Doesn't mean I won't do that. Just means that they'll cut threads. I'm not going to be cutting under stitches to get them out. But anyway, it's nice, pretty, and it was like $7. And then I found these. And these are kind of a gothic, these are very sharp. These were $8 maybe. Anyway, I like the little gothic scroll work on them. And that doesn't help at all. Oh look, it frames me though. But I thought another nice scissor fob. I like doing smalls. That's, I don't commit. I'm the uncommitted stitcher. I should change my channel name to Uncommitted Stitcher. Or I can do an AKA. Okay, time to edit. Anyway, this video is done. Thanks. My plans for next week are to show you a finished Ronald McDonald House sampler and to work on one of these. I have an idea of which one I want to work on. So I hope you have a great stitchy week. And now I'm going to go try and do post-production work. It sounds so important, and it just means slapping some music and some transitions and a lot of editing. Thanks. Have a good stitchy week. I'll see you next time.